Your phone buzzed as you walked out the office building. Taking it out of your pocket, you spot a new message from a friend. The weekend wasn't too busy for you. Not until now, that is. Hey, could you drop by the pet store and buy me some stuff? It's not too far from your workplace. Need ASAP. Sent you the money already, thanks. Seriously? They didn't even ask if you were okay with doing that? What if you were actually busy? What then? What if right after your prior engagement you had to save an orphan from a burning building? Whatever. You aren't doing any noble causes like saving orphans from burning buildings today. Or any day for that matter. Being the great, wonderful friend that you are, you sent over a reply as you get in the car. Strap in the seatbelt and start the engine. You drive in the direction of the pet store. As your friend said, it really wasn't that far. Pulling into the crowded parking lot, you hype yourself up to get out of the car and into the store. Regardless of your thoughts on pets and animals, you really didn't want to be in a crowded place right now. Especially at a pet store where irresponsible owners could be rampant. You just wanted a quiet weekend. You wanted to go home and sleep or indulge in a hobby, but mostly sleep. After a few seconds of mental ping pong, you turn off the engine and get out of your car, wallet in hand. It's gonna be quick, in and out. You could be placed on a speedrun website for how fast you get supplies. With the thoughts hyping you up, you step inside the crowded store. Walking briskly with your phone in one hand, you scan the signs near the top of the aisles as you search for what you had to pick up for your friend. Yeah! Uh-oh. Looks like you bumped into someone. Sorry about that. You held the person up. The person gives you a blank look, though he seems apologetic as he shakes his head. No, it's my fault. I was standing in the middle of the aisle. Sorry. He looks kinda like he's about to cry, with his mouth pressed into a thin, trembling line. This guy looks lost in general. What kind of person spaces out in the middle of the aisle anyway? Was he lost to something? The question was answered as his gaze wanders again. Anyone could tell that this guy was looking for something, but was too lost, maybe even a bit overwhelmed. It was the weekend, the store was busy. There were no employees around to help this guy. His face paled a bit as he kept turning in all sorts of directions, trying to find something but was too overwhelmed to take a single step forward. You could help him, but it'd be time lost to the speedrun challenge you imposed on yourself before stepping foot outside your car. I could just go on my own merry way and just like try to get the speedrun challenge. So, okay, I'm gonna go on my way. All right, you didn't have time. You're already tired as this. You just want to head home. Heck, you didn't even want to be here. Silently wishing the stranger the best, you head on your way to the aisle and pick up what your friend needed. Carrying the bag back to your car, you start the engine and pull out of the parking lot. It's a quiet drive to your friend's house. A dull ache was starting to bloom in your head. Quickly sending a text to your friend that you were outside in the driveway, you lean back in your chair and sigh. Home was so close, yet so far. You briefly wonder if the guy from the pet store found what he was looking for. Before you could think about it a bit more, there's a knock on your window. Your friend gives you a wide smile as you open the door. You are a lifesaver. Yeah, I know. Handing your friend the goods, they thank you again. Here, I made too much to eat, and I know you love this stuff. Oh, thanks. A $10 bill was sitting on top, held in place by their thumb. You take the wrapped food from their hands. It's still warm. Freshly made, it seems. You pocket the bill as well. Closing the front door, you wave goodbye as you pull out of the driveway. You got some good food and $10 in gas money. The thought of warm, home-cooked meals helped you better deal with the headache that was plaguing you. Maybe it wasn't a total waste of time after all. The coming weeks go by as normal, and nothing out of the ordinary happens, as expected. Ending one normal week? Oh no! Okay, let's just help him. Let's just help Dr. Morgan, if that even is your real name. Let's find out what his name is. You may not be saving orphans from a burning building, but you could probably help this random guy. Hey, do you need help finding something? The guy turns to look at you and nods wordlessly. So, what did you need help finding? The hamsters. He mumbles it out, looking down at his feet. Hamsters? He nods and looks up at your face. Hamsters. He nods again. It didn't really look like he was looking at you. More like he was looking at something behind you or at your forehead. Maybe he was just bad at eye contact. Okay, let's go then. You look around and spot the sign indicating products related to small animals. Seems like a good place to start. Walking over, you glance over your shoulder to make sure he was following along. He followed closely enough, so he made sure to keep some distance as to not touch you on accident. I mean, heck, if he wanted to touch me, he could just ask. It seemed like He avoided touching people like the plague, expertly weaving between people without so much as brushing against them. After some walking around, you two finally arrived at the glass display. Hamsters were sleeping in the bedding, some sniffing around while others drank water and ran in a wheel. The guy you helped had a slight smile as he watched them, eyes soft. His expression was a far cry from the nervous wreck you had bumped into a few minutes ago. Thank you! He was still looking at the hamsters as he spoke. As you were about to turn to leave, he spoke again. Hey, what's your name? If you don't mind telling me, that is. I didn't get a chance to ask. Lionel, I gotta go now. Glad I could help. You answered quickly as you grabbed what you needed. As you walked around the store, it felt like something was behind you the whole time, but whenever you looked behind you, nothing eye-catching was in your vision. Brushing it off as paranoia, you head to the checkout and carry the bags to your car. It's a quiet drive to your friend's house. A dull ache was starting to bloom in your head. You start to understand why they ended up asking you to do this. The distance you had to drive was pretty far. Eventually, you pull into the neighborhood. It didn't take long to find your friend's house and park. Quickly sending a text message to your friend that you were outside in the driveway, you leaned back in your chair and sigh. Home was so close, yet so far. You briefly wondered if the guy from the pet store was still looking at the hamsters. It felt nice to help someone out. Before you could think about it some more, there's a knock on your window. Your friend gives you a white smile as you open the door. You are a lifesaver. Yeah, I know. We've been through this before. Handing your friend the goods, they thank you again. Here, I made too much to eat and I know you love this stuff. No, thanks. A $10 bill was sitting on top, held in place by their thumb. You take the wrapped food from their hand. It's still warm, freshly made it seemed. You pocket the bill as well. Closing the door, you wave goodbye as you pull out of the driveway. You got some good food and $10 in gas money. The thought of warm, home-cooked meals help you deal with the headache that was plaguing you better. Maybe this wasn't a total waste of time after all. You helped out 2 people. Surely a good deed will be rewarded one way or another. What goes around comes around, right? At least that's what you hoped would happen. The following week, it felt like something was out to get you. You were met with trouble at practically every turn, and by the end of the week, you were absolutely exhausted. At its worst, it felt like whatever higher being existed was trying to strike you down the worst way possible. And it's best it was an inconvenience annoying you left and right as you tried to survive the day. Whichever end of the spectrum it was, each day ended with you stumbling into your home and passing out in exhaustion. Not even the weekends were safe. Your time was taken up searching for your bicycle and frantically fixing tons of errors and mistakes on your team project. Honestly, you wish you could catch a break already. Enough of this BS week. If superpowers were real, you probably won time manipulation so that you could pause everything and sleep for 10 years. Unfortunately, you weren't that lucky. Staring at the date on your phone, you sigh and shut it off. It's a new week. Hopefully, this one is better than the last. Clocking out and changing out your uniform, you briefly wonder if you should take a more scenic route home. There was still a bit of daylight to burn after all. A few extra steps wouldn't hurt. Walking around the street, you absentmindedly decided to walk through a nearby neighborhood. A park was nearby and the houses looked pretty. The sidewalk lined with tall trees that swayed gently in the breeze. The ambiance and general vibe always seemed to have a calming effect. You enjoyed taking this route after a tiring shift. Passing by the houses one by one, your eyes eventually landed on a yard sale sign. You palm your wallet. Did you carry cash today? Curious, you fold the sign and eventually come up to a house with its yard full of knickknacks and other such things. The homeowner greeted you as you inspected what was for sale. Nothing was particularly eye-catching, not until you noticed a familiar logo. Picking it up, you realized it was an official plush from one of your favorite pieces of media. It was produced in limited quantity, with second-hand sales on auction sites costing 100 times more than the original price. You were shocked to find such sought-out-after merchandise in such perfect condition, aside from the very light wear and such. The homeowner must have noticed your piqued interest as you were inspecting the item in stock. There was no way in heck you were going to pass up this opportunity. You deserve to treat yourself for once, especially after all that's happened. You quickly pulled your wallet out, asking the seller how much they wanted. Upon hearing the price, you had to stop your jaw from hitting the floor. No freaking way they were selling it for that cheap. Paying out the cash, you walked away from the yard sale a happy camper. If you could, you'd throw in a skip and a click your heel together like a whimsical fellow living in the Victorian era. You quickly made your way home, protecting your new purchase with your life. When you arrive, you look for a spot in your house to display your new item. Eventually, you found some space in your room. Settling on a shelf in your room, you make some space and put it in place. You still couldn't believe your luck. Maybe things were taking a turn for the better after all. Huh? You look around your room and then up at the smoke detector. Did it beep? You squint at the detector before grabbing a chair and testing the battery. It's fine. Then what was that? What is that beeping noise? Looking around, you back yourself into a corner. After a bit, you heard another beep. It came the direction of. You stand in front of the shelf, squinting. Eventually, another beep sounded. It was coming from the newly purchased plush. Pick it up off the shelf. You back up and sit on your bed, taking a closer look. The beep was definitely coming from here. But did you really want to cut it open? You had just bought it, not to mention how sought after this particular piece of merchandise was. Oh no. Oh no, this might be important. I don't know. Oh god. I'm gonna crack it open. Oh, but I want to leave it alone. Oh, but I should think about it later. I'm gonna do all three of them, so let's start from the top. You ignore it and chose not to open it. You're just grateful you managed to get such a steal on such a rare plush. There's no way you'll butcher your new merchandise mere minutes after buying it. After putting it in its place, you get on your laptop and spend the rest of the evening browsing the web before heading to bed. How are you going to bed with all that beeping? Today was pretty good. A package will be coming by at the end of today. Maybe it was all the stress stockpiling during the last week, but you made an impulse buy when online window shopping. Just to treat yourself. You had completely forgotten about it until you woke up to an email from the website. It will be delivered by 9 p.m. A glance by the clock is all you need to keep you pacing around. Any minute now. Ever since you had arrived home from work, you had been biding your time. Catching up on shows, watching lengthy video essays, or just mindlessly doom scrolling on social media. You tried to distract yourself from the excitement of an incoming package. Another walk around the kitchen counters, check the phone again, look at the doorway, no doorbell ringing, no knock, another walk around it is. Halfway through what felt like the 100 millionth lap around the kitchen, you finally heard a knock at the door. Practically bolting to the door, you open the door and sign for the signature. Your highly anticipated impulse buy was finally here. Was it worth it? Probably not, but you deserve a treat after surviving the last week. Setting the box on the kitchen counter, you cut open the packaging and unbox the purchase you made. As you were discarding the leftover packaging and boxes, you heard something plasticky hit the floor. Crouching down to pick it up, you come across a USB flash drive. Weird, you didn't order this. It fell into the box by accident. Is this someone else's order? Pocket it for now, you finish cleaning up and head over to your room. Once you're sitting comfortably with the laptop in your lap, you plug in the flash drive and open up its contents. It is hard to stop your jaw from hitting the trackpad. Hundreds, if not thousands of folders, each labeled with its contents. The first folder catches your eye. It's a popular show you had been wanting to watch recently but was taken off the air. Clicking in, your eyes almost bulge off your skull as its contents reveal every episode in high quality. You quickly back out and start going through the other folders. Music, video games with emulators, TV shows and animation. The flash drive carried everything of interest. Could something like this really be ordered at an online retailer? Whatever the case may be, you're definitely holding on to this. As you explore the folders, you eventually come across a folder that was hidden inside an empty one. Click on it informs you that it needs administrative privilege to enable viewing and editing. What could possibly be in here? None of the other folders so far had something like this. Oh boy, I'll open the folder anyway. Oh my god, oh no. You decide to open the folder. The laptop seems to lag as it struggles to load the contents. However, once it loads, you feel your blood run cold. Countless photos and videos. The subject varied from each, but they all shared a common trait. They were all related to you. Your house, your car, your belongings. You. The pit begins to form in your stomach as you scroll through the folder. It's practically never-ending. Whoever took these photos and videos have been tailing you for the past week. The thought makes you sick. You have been so overwhelmed you failed to realize you were being stalked. Paranoia sets in as you quickly get up from where you're sitting, looking around. Your window curtain is open, just a crack. Closing the curtains, you grab your laptop. Opening your closet, you take a seat in the dark and open your laptop back up. You could use this flash drive as evidence, could you? Would the police even believe you? Oh, this flash drive I randomly found that totally doesn't belong to me has photos and videos of my house. Yeah, right. We definitely believe that. You definitely wouldn't be written off as a nutjob wasting the precious time of the police. As you rack your brain for ideas, a light bulb switches on. What if you could investigate things yourself? Clicking on one of the photos, an image of a shirt you had lost, you open the properties for the pic. There. The metadata for the image file. Damn, whoever took these photos used a pretty expensive camera. As you scroll through the metadata, your eyes land on the GPS section. Latitude and longitude. Taking out your phone and opening the map app, you type in the coordinates you saw on screen. The location wasn't too far away, walking distance. Alright, you're doing this. Crawling out of your closet, you stand up and put your laptop away. As you put a jacket on, you consider bringing a weapon. The Swiss Army knife in the junk drawer will have to do. Bringing an entire kitchen knife wouldn't be good unless you want to be mistaken as a serial killer. Armed and ready, you start heading out to where the images were taken. After a bit of walking and a few detours to avoid being seen by cars, you arrive at your destination. You find yourself in an old park. Nature seems to have been reclaiming the space with all the overgrown grass and plants. Checking the map app, it's clear. This is where the photo was taken. Some sort of clue had to be nearby. Turning on the flashlight on your phone, you begin to search as you part the tall grass with your other hand to see the ground better. After a bit of searching, you come across a cardboard box that sticks out more than the trash you've seen. It was notably cleaner, and it seemed like whoever had put it here was trying to hide it if the cloth over it was anything to go by. Holding your breath, you pull the cloth off and open the box up. It's the shirt you lost, and the sock that you thought had gone missing in the wash. Is that the lint from the lint tray of your dryer? What is going on? You can feel the anxiety that had been rising in your chest seize your heart as you go through the contents of the box. Who did this? Why? Why you? In your state of paranoia, you suddenly become aware of something watching you, a presence right behind you. The realization makes your blood run cold. You barely have the time to reach for a Swiss Army knife before a cloth is over your nose and mouth. Flailing around desperately, you try to scream for help only for the cloth and hand over your face to muffle your cries. Lungs burning, you're left with no choice but to inhale the cloth. It isn't long before your head grows fuzzy and your body goes limp. The last thing you see is a man with blonde hair, eyes apologetic as his mouth opens to speak. Sorry. Oh no! Oh boy, no! So what if I just delete the old files and cherish my newfound gold mine? Decide to just delete the folder. It's probably some residual files or personal files belonging to the old owner. Sucks for them, this gold mine is yours now. Deleting the folder, you continue to go through the other folders on the drive. It's beginning to get late. You had no idea how long you were scrolling until you looked at the time. There really was a lot of stuff on the little flash drive. Closing the laptop, you wind down and get ready for bed. What a lucky day. And to survive another day. It's your day off today. One of two you'll have off week. You spend most of the day lounging around until you decide to get something more productive done. Opening your trusty laptop, you start absentmindedly surfing the web until a light bulb lit up in your head. Nowadays, there's a lot of streaming or premium services for everything imaginable. TV, online video games, music, split across different apps instead of one consolidated site for each form of media. It's easy to have your wallet drain in the span of a month. Looking at your bank account statement from last month, you decided that today you'll be canceling your subscriptions to a few services. The money spent for ad-free streaming could definitely be spent better elsewhere. Starting with the most expensive service you subscribe to, you navigate to the site and open up to the account settings. On the payment page, you skim over as you scroll to the bottom to cancel. However, something catches your eye. The next payment due date. Usually, this one renews around the same time every month. Tomorrow, it'll renew. At least, that's what you remember. Look at the date on the page. It's due next month instead of tomorrow. That's strange. Check your bank account statement again confirms your thoughts. You paid for the service a month ago, so it should be due around this time of the month rather than next month. No recent transactions or pending balance notices indicate that you've paid for it early either. Keeping the tab open, you go down the list of subscription services you wanted to cancel. Each one had the same discrepancy in due payments. Maybe I'll cancel it later? I don't know. Well, it's not like you're in a particular rush to cancel your subscriptions. You could probably just cancel it next month instead of now. Closing the tabs except for one, you decide to spend the rest of the day binging a series you had been meaning to watch. Today is another day off. A good day to be active, going out to exercise, whether you want to or not. You recently found a bicycle that you lost last week while walking home from work a day or so ago. In celebration, your friend wanted to go for a scenic bike ride on your day off. Right now, you're hanging out near the trail waiting for your friend. Headphones are in your ears playing your tunes. After a few minutes of waiting, you hear someone biking up and stopping next to you. It's your friend! Greeting them, you two talk idly as you get ready for the ride. After a few moments, you're ready and head off your way. The weather was pretty good today. You feel lucky as the slight breeze refreshes your body. Not to mention the stunning scenery around you. At a few points on your ride, you paused for a break and took in the scenery around you. Even if you weren't too thrilled about exercising today, the great weather and beautiful landscape surrounding you made up for it. After biking as much as you could, you eventually loop back around to where you started. Your friend stopped behind you, stretching tiredly and taking a sip of their water. As you took your helmet off, you watched your friend take their phone out. Now that you were closer to civilization, your phones had signals. Your friend tapped away at the phone as you stretched out your limbs. A few minutes later, there was a tap on your shoulder. Turning to your friend, you were met with a face painted with worry. Whoa, what's wrong? Well, I think we were being tracked during our ride. What? Your friend raised their phone to eye level. The screen showed a notification. An AirTag was found moving along with you. What? Is it not your AirTag? They shook their head. Let's check your bike. You lost it recently, right? Maybe someone planted it there. You nod reluctantly and turn to your bike. Searching the bike, you eventually come across a small AirTag underneath the seat. Holding the small disc between your fingers, you think about your next course of action. I will throw it away? You don't care that much. Man, my sense of self-preservation is way off today. Holding the disc for a second, you take an aim at the deepest part of the trail before throwing it into the woods. Your friend gives you an incredulous look. What did you do that for? What? Why'd you throw it away? Aren't you worried or curious as to who it belongs to? You shrug. Nope. Sighing, your friend pockets their phone and grabs their bike. Well, that's that then. Let's get going. You both head off after that, chatting along the way. I love how my friend, straight up calls me out for how stupid that was. After dropping your friend off at their house, you head on your own way home. You spend the rest of the evening winding down to mentally prepare for work tomorrow. A few hours and warm microwave dinner later, you settle down in bed. It's another day of work. No particularly bad one, nor was it good. You'd say you were rather ambivalent about it all. Better than last week, if anything, you suppose. Last week, you were tasked with a team project. Regardless of how well you did when working in groups, it ended up being the most irritating project you had the displeasure of working on. The co-workers you had to work with were unreliable and arrogant, opposing any change you proposed. Working on the project itself was no problem, but having to work with a team made it an absolute drag. As the thought crossed your mind, you ran to one of your co-workers you had to work with on this project. Yo, sorry. Wait! Before he could walk past, he grabs your shoulder and stops you. Huh? Hey, I'm really sorry about last week. I realized I was insufferable to work with, and it was absolutely my fault the project was botched. Think I could treat you to some food after this? I know. Insist, really. Any place you want. I'll be waiting outside after work, okay? You weren't given a chance to respond as he pats you on the shoulder and walks away. Well, it's not like you had any plans after work today anyway. Free food doesn't sound half bad either. You really did want to have microwave dinner 2 nights in a row. With the free food motivating you, you continue to go about your workday, looking forward to it. As you left work, you text a coworker to let him know you're outside. You look around. He's nowhere in sight. Well, that's weird. Checking your text, you can see that he's already read your message. You decide to wait around a little more just in case. 5 minutes pass, then 10 minutes. Around the 20-minute mark, your patience was starting to wear thin. Before you can send out a text, you receive 2 messages from your coworker. Can't make it. Sorry. Buy yourself something good. Gurngi sent you $50. What? First of all, why is that his name on the app? Second of all, he can't make it. You're not about to decline a free $50, but on the other hand, it's a bit sus. The coworker wasn't one to flake like that. He may be hard to work with, but he wasn't unreliable. Yeah, well, well, that's odd, but you suppose that's nothing you can do about it. After a bit of thinking, you decide to accept the money. On your way home, you decide to treat yourself to a restaurant you like. You made sure to bring home some leftovers as well. It's not anything special, but the food was good at least. You'll have to thank your coworker next time you see him. Hopefully, the next team project you work on will go better too. The week has come to a close, and time marches on towards the end of the day. The day has been normal as ever, with no events standing out. Looks like your lucky streak has come to an end. Maybe the balance of bad luck and good luck has been restored. Not that you're complaining though. The streak of luck you had definitely cheered you up after the abhorrent week you had before. You're really thankful for that. If only every day could be lucky. With a pep in your step, you go about your day, looking forward to what will happen next. Ending 6, Lucky Day. That's the name of the game. Neat. So what if I look for him anyways? Sure, a free meal is good, but meals shared with another person is good too. You also can't help but worry if something happened. It's only been about 20 minutes or so. Maybe he couldn't have gone far. Picking a direction to walk in, you scan the streets as you walk. Not the best strategy, but it's not like you had a better one. He had no idea where the guy lived after all. Who knows? What if you get lucky? Every now and then, you called his phone number as you walked. It's unlikely, but there's a chance you may answer. This continued for a while. After a few minutes of you walking, you called again. You passed by an alleyway as it rang. Slowing your pace, you lowered your phone from your ear. It was faint, but you could definitely make it out. A ringtone was coming from deeper within the alleyway. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Hanging up, you called the number again. Okay, not a coincidence. Putting your phone away, you walk deeper into the alleyway. A wave of unease hits you as you get closer to the ringing. Fearing for the worst, you look around real quick and spot a metal pipe on the ground. You pick it up and keep venturing further in. Turning the corner, you feel your eyes bulge out of your skull as the smell of iron hits your nose. Also, why is it that all these alleyways tend to have like metal pipes or something? Like, jeez. There lies a coworker with something standing over him. You can barely make out the details of the scene unfolding before you due to how dark it was. How troublesome. Did I go too far? No, maybe not far enough. The figure standing over your coworker raises something. A bat? Over their head. Fight or flight kicks in as you rush forward with a yell, shoving the figure away from your coworker. Ugh! Looking down at your coworker, he was heavily injured with blood running down his face. Thankfully, it seems like he was still alive. His chest heaved with effort. Looks like he's barely holding on to consciousness. Looking behind you, the figure from before is staggering to his feet. Who? Lionel! This guy knows me? Oh, I'm sorry for causing you trouble, Lionel. You'll forgive me, right? Who are you? Oh, we haven't met. I mean, we have, but you probably don't remember me. But I remember you. They're standing straight now, facing you. Okay, hold up. This is the prologue to Dr. Morgan's counseling session. This is the second time I've met him. Apparently, okay, like in this particular ending. How is it that by the time I get to Dr. Morgan's counseling session, I just completely forget that this guy was my suck? Like, which ending was canon? I have no idea. You can barely make out what he looks like. Blonde hair and dark brown eyes. This guy is familiar for sure. Sorry for troubling you. I'm sorry, Lionel. You probably think less of me now, don't you? It's not my fault, is it? Just wanted help. I'm sorry. The man staggers forward, bat dragging on the ground. You ready your own weapon, shielding your coworker. Get out of the way, Lionel. I'd hate to hurt you. No way, he needs a hospital. No. Yeah, I'm really sorry about this. He lunges for you. Looks like there's no talking your way out. Well, defend yourself, channel your inner pro baseball player. Beat the absolute poo out of him with a pipe. Let's go! Like a batter about to strike a home run, you swing the pipe as hard as you can at him. Thud. Thud. The man falls to the ground, knocked out for good this time. Hopefully you didn't kill him. You quickly take your phone out and call for an ambulance before checking on your coworker. Hey, you okay? He passed out too, breathing faintly. At least, it looks like he'll survive. Probably. Dragging him out of the alleyway, you patiently wait for the ambulance. Looks like you won't be getting a free meal with your coworker anytime soon. Ending 6. Let's get food next time. Okay, so all the other options just lead me into just like battering up. So I'm gonna overthink for a second. The more you think about it, the more uneasy you get. What if he's dead in a ditch somewhere? Maybe he got kidnapped while waiting for you. After a few seconds of overthinking, you shake your head. It's easy to assume the worst, but rarely do your anxieties ever come to fruition, except for the times that they have. With a sigh, you send off a text to him, wishing him well. After a bit of thinking, you decide to accept the money. On your way home, you decide to treat yourself to a restaurant you like. You make sure to bring home some leftovers as well. It's not anything special, but the food was good at least. You'll have to thank your coworker next time you see him. Hopefully, your next team project will go better too. The week has come to a close, and time marches on towards the next day. The day has been normal as ever, with no events standing out. Looks like your lucky streak has come to an end. Maybe the balance of good luck and bad luck has been restored. Well, I guess we've already been through here, so hey, let's get on back. Okay, so I'm gonna contact the owner and see what happens. Do you think we could find out who this belongs to? Yeah, hold on. You watch your friend open up an app and plug the AirTag from your hands. After a little bit, an email and phone number popped up. Exchanging a glance with your friend, you type the phone number into your phone. Should I text or call, or maybe we should go to the cops? How much help would the cops be though? I don't know. After a bit of back and forth with your friend, you both agreed on calling with the speaker on. You both head to a nearby cafe and sit outside, bikes leaning on the table. Take your phone out, you look at your friend before gathering your resolve and calling the number. A ringtone could be heard nearby. It looks like your friend heard it too. The two of you look around before the ringtone is suddenly cut off. Someone answered the call. Hello? The voice on the other hand sounded familiar. Exchanging a glance with your friend, you start talking. Hi. Hello. I found an AirTag linked to this number. I was wondering if you lost it. Oh no, I didn't lose it. Is that so? Sorry for bothering then. I put it there on purpose. I mean, I kind of knew this was coming, but like, it's still... Why are you so forward about this, fam? What? I put it there on purpose. The AirTag. Your friend looks thoroughly creeped out as you freeze up, gripping on your phone tight. Why did you... I put it on your bike. Something slams the table you're sitting at. Looking up, your friend has stood up, scanning the area. Suddenly, they grab your phone. We know you're here watching your ass, but come out! I just called him an ass, but what? The other end has gone quiet. Hey, give it back for a second. You take your phone back. Can you explain yourself, please? If you're still there. I just want to make sure you're okay. That's all. What do you mean? As a voice on the other end explains their behavior, your friend was restlessly pacing back and forth on the lookout for anything suspicious. At the end of the explanation, you sighed. This was way too creepy, but it sounded like he didn't really know that. Hey, listen. Before he could get another word in, your friend snatched your phone again. You're freaking creepy, dude. If you can't leave Lionel alone, we'll take this up with the cops. The other end went quiet again. Answer me! Click. They hung up. You take your phone back with a sigh. Think he'll actually leave me alone? He better. I was serious, you know. You have a real stalker on your hands. Yeah. You take the AirTag back out and look at it with a frown. Here, I'll hold on to it. That way he won't know where you are at every waking moment. After you get off work tomorrow, you should head straight to the police station. Yeah, let's do that. I'll walk you home. Come on. You hadn't realized how late it had gotten. Walking home, you chat with your friend to try and relieve those tense atmospheres. Get back home safe, okay? You set him off and watch him walk until they're out of sight. Turning to your house, you unlock your door and step inside. Pushing your bike to the garage, you set it down against the wall and head in. Deciding to heat something up for dinner, you head to the kitchen. You put in a frozen microwave meal and set the timer. Feels like someone's watching you the whole time. As your food heats up, you decide to close the curtains. However, the feeling of being watched doesn't go away. Before you could investigate anything, the microwave beeps. You take your dinner out and sit down to eat. It's been a long day and a warm meal will definitely help you feel more at ease. It tastes a bit off. You don't really remember how long this has been sitting in the fridge. Maybe you should have ordered something instead. Oh well. After you eat, you wash the dishes and head to your room. Wait, oh, hey, ha, hey, what? In the middle of your room stands a man. It looks like he's waiting for you. His face lights up as you enter your room. Finished eating already? How was the meal? What are you doing in my house? Picking you up. What? I'm here to pick you up. I thought I should come a bit earlier than I initially planned. You know, since you guys plan to go to the cops and all, I can't have that happening. He almost sounds apologetic. Anyway, that's why I decided to wait here for you instead. Your head was spinning with confusion. Wait, well, you shouldn't be here. You need to leave. Oh, sorry. That won't be happening. What? I told you already. I'm here to pick you up. Hit with a wave of nausea, you try to prop yourself up against the door frame. You suddenly felt dizzy and weak. The man walks over, arms out and ready to catch you. Again, you back up and try to get away. Your attempts fail as you hit the floor. The last thing you see before you lose consciousness is a kind smile contrasted by dark eyes. Oh no. Okay, let's hold on to the AirTag. This is definitely you should look into. But maybe not right now. You don't want to worry your friend. I think I'll hold on to this for now. Your friend still looks worried as you pocket the AirTag. You sure? Will you be okay? Nope. I know that for sure. I'll be okay, I promise. Let's head back. I'll text you when I'm home. Reassuring your friend, you grab your bike. Your friend still isn't entirely convinced, but grabs their bike nonetheless. You both head off after that, chatting along the way. So that leads us to go back to see our coworker who gets kidnapped. Let's instead investigate further. That's not right. Clicking on payment information, you review the details in the section. Immediately, your eyes lock on to the payment method. Every subscription service is linked to your card, but what you know and what you see are two different things. Underneath the payment method is a PayPal you didn't recognize, linked to your account. That's not right. You quickly go through each account and find they're all linked to the same PayPal. Did you get hacked? But why would they pay for it? Isn't the point of hacking someone's account to leech off of their benefits? You take note of the email address linked to the payment method and open up the email composer. Determined to get to the bottom of this mystery, you type in a short message and send it off. There are a few questions on your mind, but you keep your email short and straight to the point. Sending the email on its way, you lean back in your chair, staring at the ceiling to think. After a few minutes, you get a notification. Leaning forward, you see that's a reply from the email. The initial message you sent was a question of whether or not they knew that their PayPal was linked to several of your accounts. You expected it to be a misunderstanding, but the reply you got filled you with unease. I linked it to your account on purpose. Sorry, am I being a bother? Who the heck was this person, and why would they pay for your subscriptions themselves? Typing up another reply, you ask them exactly that. You get a reply a few minutes later. I'm Oliver Morgan. As for why, well, it's because I like you. You weren't sure if you felt flattered or creeped out. The name this person gave you rings no bells whatsoever. After a few more back and forth emails, you end up becoming more and more creeped out. The general tone of his messages were polite, but the content of each one unnerved you. Each one just preached about how he loved you and how he had been watching you for a while. Apparently, he had seen you worrying about the subscriptions and took it upon himself to help you. At this point, you were thoroughly creeped out. Typing your final email, you asked him to leave you alone or you'll call the authorities. Sending it off, you block his address and start changing your passwords. You cancel all the payments as well. As nice as it is to have all this free stuff handed to you on a silver platter, the situation was too creepy. Once you're finished, you shut off your laptop and get up to get ready for bed. That night, you double-checked and locked your windows around your house, just in case. A knocking sound wakes you up. Rolling over, you check the time. 5 a.m. Who is knocking on your door this early in the morning? Is it the milkman? As you get up, the knocking gets more and more intense. Fists were practically slamming on the door as you groggily get up. Opening the door to your room, you were abruptly ran into something. Well, actually, it was someone. Morgan? Look at their face. You're met with a surprised look from a blonde man. Have you seen this guy somewhere before? Fam, how dense are you? Like, how freaking dense are you? Man, God. Now it makes sense why the moment he walked up to like the psychology clinic that he couldn't tell that that was not his usual doctor and that something was wrong. Realization sets in, causing you to jump away and slam the door shut in his face. What are you doing in my house? I just wanted to talk. Did you break in? Well, I mean I did, but you weren't having this. Running to your bed, you start dialing the police. Without you holding the door shut, Oliver opens it. But he sees you on the phone with the police. He quickly walks over to try and stop you. pushing him away when he gets too close. You try to escape somewhere else. However, a grip on your ankle stops you in place. Looking down, Oliver is grabbing you by the ankle with both hands, looking up at you pleadingly. Can't we just talk? But I'm pretty sure all of this is the same freaking ending, so I will consider talking to him, then kick him in the Use your other foot to kick him in the head. Somehow you managed to kick him hard enough to knock him out. That was surprisingly easy. You drag him to the bathroom and close the door, holding the door shut, just in case. Finish your call with emergency services. All you're left to do is hold the door shut and hope he doesn't wake up. It takes about half an hour for the authorities to arrive and take him away. After some questioning, you're allowed to rest easy. Hopefully, that's the last you'll see of him for a while. Ending 4. Breaking and entering is illegal, by the way! So, I think I kind of get how this visual novel works. Like, anytime you decide to do a dumb and not try to save your own life, like, the story progresses further along, like, each day. So, let's get back to the last choice which we need to get to, which is cracking it open and take a look. And yeah, let's see what's inside the teddy bear. Or the plush. You carry it to the kitchen and set it on the counter. Take out a knife. You silently apologize to your fellow fans as you prepare to cut into the merch. It's difficult to summon the resolve to actually start. After a few seconds of staring, you realize there's this tiny slit in the fabric. You put the knife down and push a finger in. Tearing it open a bit wider, your fingers brush against something hard. Oh my, what's in there? Oh my, what's inside the teddy bear? I mean the plush. I don't know. Picking out some of the stuffing, you reach in and pull out the small object hiding within. Oh, that's a camera. That is a small camera that was hidden inside the plush you just bought. Okay. You stare at the camera until it beeps again, wincing at the sound. Inspecting the camera, you find that there's a slot in there for an SD card. Popping it out, you leave the kitchen. Quickly grabbing your laptop from your room, you return to your living room and open it up. The SD card easily inserts into the slot, and you're able to explore the contents. You navigate to the folder directory and look at the contents. Several videos were saved on it, and you watch them one by one. As you go through the videos, you come across what seems to be the test recording. Is that? A pair of hands is up to the camera, positioning it within what looks like stuffing. You make a wild guess that this is when it was planted in the plush. When he backs up, you can see his face more clearly. Is that the guy you met from the pet store like a week ago? What the frick? You watch in morbid curiosity as he walks to the yard sale and hands it to the homeowner, who seems eager to be able to sell another item. Before you could go through another video, a knock on your door makes your blood run cold. You slowly turn towards the sound, grabbing a knife on the counter and walking cautiously to the front door. Looking through the peephole on the door, you feel the hairs on your neck rise. It's him. He's just standing there awkwardly, waiting for you to open the door. A cloth mask is over his face, but you recognize the distinct blonde hair and strawberry blonde tips. You're unsure of what to do at this point. Back away from the door. You consider your options. Call the cops? No, they wouldn't get here in time. Let him in? No, you're not that stupid. He's definitely gonna do something. Run? Well, your car's in the garage. Not a bad choice, actually. As quietly as you can, you pocket your keys and make your way to the car in the garage. Hop in your car. You grip the steering wheel with one hand, key in ignition. The garage door opens pretty slowly, but if you time it just right, you can drive out with only a few scratches on the roof. Your life is worth more than the car you got from a second-hand dealership. Starting the car, you open the garage. The moment it's open wide enough, you slam your foot on the gas. Bolting out of the garage, you turn as quickly as you can out the driveway and make your escape. In the rear view mirror, you can see the stranger watching you drive off. Wait, if you just run away, what will he do? Considering your options, you decide to run him over your car, hit him with your car, turn the car around and run him over. Try hitting him with your car. Oh no! Okay, I will try hitting him with the car. You make a U-turn and drive back towards your house. He's in the middle of the road now, surprised to see that you come back. It looks like he made an attempt to run up to the car. Not stopping, you press on the gas, aiming right for him. When he realizes you're about to run him over, he tries to run out of the way, but you chase him down until you manage to hit him with your car. Bringing the car to a stop, you step out and look at a man who collapsed on the road. Is he dead? Did you just kill a man? Well, he kinda had it coming. The whole hidden camera and showing up at your house stuff. You hope your neighbors didn't just witness you running someone over? Taking your phone out of your pocket, you call the police and text your friend. Despite barely even starting, looks like this week is a bust. Ending 2, hit and run. Oh my god. Oh god. That was the best freaking ending. God. Wait, hold up. Lionel from the future here. Apparently, there is a true ending. And the way to get this is that we need to help Dr. Morgan. And then we gotta continuously pick the third option. There's apparently a paranoia counter in this game. So you gotta keep picking the third option and like try to get as anxious as possible. So let's overthink for a second. The more you overthink about it, the more uneasy you get. What if he's dead in a ditch somewhere? Maybe he got kidnapped while waiting for you. After a few seconds of overthinking, you shake your head. It's easy to assume the worst, but rarely do your anxieties ever come to fruition, except for the times they have. With a sigh, you send off a text wishing him well. After a bit of thinking, you decide to accept the money. On your way home, you decide to treat yourself to a restaurant you like. You make sure to bring home some leftovers as well. It's nothing special, but the food was good at least. You'll have to thank your coworker the next time you see him. Hopefully, the next team project you work on will go better too. The week has come to a close, and time marches on towards the next day. This day has been normal as ever, with no event standing out. Looks like your lucky streak has come to an end. Maybe the balance of good luck and bad luck has been restored. But is that all there is to it? After everything that's happened, you feel uneasy. Anxiety welled up inside you. Nothing bad even happened. There's nothing to feel bad about. In fact, you should be feeling grateful that all these good things happened to you. But you can't help it. Anxiety grips at your heart, squeezing it as it beats faster. You felt sick. Suddenly, your surroundings felt overwhelming. Shutting your eyes and covering your ears, you force yourself to breathe and calm down. Your efforts prove to be futile as your thoughts only race faster. Taking your phone out, you scroll through every social media site to try and distract yourself, but your mood only worsened. What could you do? As if reading your mind, you suddenly got an ad while watching a video. Feeling depressed? Hopeless? Like nothing will work out? Does the anxiety you have for the future paralyze you? Seek help! Admittedly, the ads suck, but all ads do, as you see on the site. We got you thinking. Maybe you should give therapy a shot. Surely the anxieties you have are just illusions. You just need help learning how to cope better. And hey, who knows, maybe therapy will actually help you out. Calming yourself down a bit, you start looking into mental health services that are covered by insurance. Eventually, you find a good office and set up a starting appointment. Surely things will go well. Surely. True end. See you in therapy. Well, that was the actual end for Lucky Day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed yourself. If you guys want to play this game for yourself, link to the game will be in the description below. And as always, I will be seeing you in the next video. This is Lionel, signing off. Ciao.